Welcome back to Get Yours. I had to take a break because where I was, as Farah was talking to me about her journey, I had to pause myself and just imagine if I was in her shoes, an 18-year-old, your life is just starting out, you're a teenager, you've just started working, and all of a sudden, someone tells you you've got this condition, there's no cure for it, your body, your mind, your health is going to change forever, you have to be on these drugs for the rest of your life. Mentally, emotionally, socially, I can't even imagine what that space is like. It's a really dark space, as Farah has said. And I'm just curious, how does one get out of that funk? How do you move from that? Can you tell me, I mean, you're 18, like what was happening with the family, with your friends, with you? Just walk me through that.
It's a journey, it's a whole journey. No, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
That thing, I can write it down for you. Like, it's no, get quick fix remedy. But it has to be a do-it-yourself.
A do-it-yourself.
Yes.
You know, some...
And a very long do-it-yourself,
right.
not a quick one.
I'm very passionate about issues of mental health, if I can just, touch on that a little bit. And lately, many people, not just necessarily around me, but when it's around you, it's closer to home. People give up very quickly. What kept you going from not giving up, from not throwing in the towel and saying, you know what, I don't feel like doing this life thing anymore?
Oh, I think it started when I said no to the drugs.
Right.
I said no. I told Mom, I woke up one morning and I told her, I'm done having these medicines.
Right.
They're not doing me any good. There's no change. They're supposed to manage, in quotes, the disease, but I don't see any managing happening. The symptoms are just getting worse.
Right. And what kind of symptoms are we talking about, besides, of course, the digestion
body,
and everything?
like it's continuing to stiffen up. It's not like some places are okay and not, but it's continuing. At first, it was just my hands. Now it got to my legs. I couldn't pray. There was a time when I would want to go and pray, and I couldn't go down. And I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Right.
And that was like the biggest shocker. I couldn't get down, and I was like, oh my God, this is where. It hit me like, okay, this can get bad, like real bad. And then I used to have these wounds coming out, with water coming out, and those were painful, and there was nothing to soothe the pain. There was nothing to apply, and I just had to bear with them. Like, one would come out here, and okay, 2-3 days, Mom, don't touch there. Nobody touched me, It was very hard. So I'm like, I'm done with the steroids. I don't need them. And that's when I think I started to, really take control. Like, no, I'm not going to listen, or I'm not going to leave myself on the drugs or anything,
Right.
I think I was preparing my mind. I was becoming stronger.
Right.
And that's where I think, I started to take control, When I said, no, I don't want these drugs anymore.
So what then now? I mean, now, because the drugs ideally is supposed to help you.
Yes.
So you just decided, I'm done with this, with this business. But what's the alternative? How do you live now? Supplements or nothing?
No,
and you
nothing. Actually, I wouldn't take anything.
Wow.
Because I couldn't swallow sometimes. The tablets, even a small one, I couldn't swallow. I'd need like 2-3 glasses of water to swallow a tiny.
It's constricted.
Yes,
Right.
I couldn't swallow. If I swallowed, it would come back up.
Right.
And make me vomit.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not taking any more tablets. Nothing. I'm done. And then we started going for herbal treatments.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Canadian.
Yes.
Canadian
Yes.
sites. So we did that, and there was concussions to be drunk, and lots of stuff was happening.
Yeah.
But I went through all that, and still there was no change, because at a point you want to believe, you get desperate, and that's where I think my parents were. They were like really desperate to get a cure.
Right.
So if you told them sand is a cure, they would
Let's try
apply
that.
it. Yeah.
Right.
If you told them this water is going to cure her, shower with that water.
Right.
You know, like drink that water. Do it.
And you know,
that was what was happening. Like
that's amazing that you've got this support system around you, that because it's one thing for you to give up, but it's another thing for the people around you to give up. And it seems to me that the people around you, your parents,
yes.
they weren't like, listen, we're in this together.
Yes.
We're not, there's no way we're gonna just allow you to, we're gonna look for solutions. Even if they've told us that there's no cure, we will find something.
Yes.
And how long was this journey of searching for a cure or something to just stabilize the situation?
I think, okay, it's been 13 years now. So the first
13 years.
Yes. So the first 5 to 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years. 7, 8 years. Yeah. 7, 8 years we were looking up and down. You know, you just tell me this and we'll go and do it. Tell me that and we'll go and do it. Anything. So for the first 8 years we were like searching up and down. My parents were really, 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 you know, up at it. They were like, no, we're going to find something. You tell them and they'll do it. You know,
Right.
They will do it. So yeah, that was, it was a long period of various experiments.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And you bore all of this and you carried this and you were just going for the ride. How were you dealing, Farah? Like that's where I am, because I'm trying to think, if it was me, how would I be handling that? You've mentioned that it got serious when you were trying to pray and you couldn't physically do the prayer as a Muslim. How important is prayer, God, spirituality in this journey? Did you need any of that, or did it not matter?
That was the most important aspects, you know.
Okay.
When I couldn't pray, I stopped praying. I'll be frank with you. I'm not the, daily 5 times prayer. No, I'm not. I never used to wear the hijab. So yeah, I stopped praying, you know, and I would blame God, like literally.
Yeah,
I'd be like, why me?
Why?
You know,
Yeah.
I was that bitter.
Yeah.
And I would really, really get so cranky and, you know, fight with my mom all the time.
I can imagine.
And she never gave up. I'm thankful for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would always blame him, you know. And I think, I don't know, maybe that's why he didn't let anything work. I have a feeling, you know. Because up until when I accepted it and I said I want to wear the hijab, and, you know, I started, the internet came about, and, you know, somehow I stumbled upon Islamic websites, you know, and I started reading, you know, and yeah, that is where I was like, okay, you know. And I said, I want to pray. I sat down on a chair and I prayed, and, you know, feeling good for the first time. And I was like, okay,
wow.
I think this was missing.
Right.
You know, like, I need God in my life.
Right.
I can't blame him.
Right.
Why am I blaming him?
Sure.
Actually, maybe this is a test for me.
And when was that? When was it that you now decided, okay, you know what, let me sit down and try this praying thing?
As I told you, first 8 years was just searching up and down. And yeah, after that, first I started with my hijab. And this year, actually, it's my 6 years hijab anniversary.
Right.
So yeah, so I started hijab and I was like, I want to wear it. Why not?
And for those who don't know what hijab is, what does that mean, hijab?
We're basically covering our head, but not just because of it, but because we want to, you know.
What does it mean to be in hijab?
It means modesty. It means being powerful enough to be modest. It means living for your God.
Right, a physical manifestation of the relationship with God.
With God,
right.
yes. And you're doing this with all your heart,
right.
without any fears and without any, you know, inhibitions about what will anyone think.
Right.
And you're wearing it proudly. So until you don't reach that point, I wouldn't advise anyone to wear the hijab.
And so you talk about accepting. You said at that point is when I accepted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I accepted it. I was like, nothing is working. Okay,
Right.
so I think it's about time you started living with it.
Right.
You know.
You make peace with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just accept it.
Right.
As it is, and it's not going anywhere. So.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we need to start living.
Right.
Instead of playing the blame game and
Right.
being bitter and all this. And the hijab actually gave me that strength.
Wow.
Because no one in the family would wear hijab.
Right.
We are an Indian family,
Right.
Muslim Indians,
Right.
and not many Indians wear hijab. Alhamdulillah, nowadays I see, mashallah, so many girls.
Yeah.
And yes, it was weird at first, going in the gatherings with
Right.
your hijab, and they would be like, no, you don't need to wear it, get it off, And sometimes your mom would say, no, you don't need to wear the hijab there. I'm like, no, I stuck by it. I'm like, I want it, I need it.
Right.
And I don't know, it makes me feel good.
Right. Wow.
Why, how, I do not know, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel pretty, It makes me feel like this is right, and I don't want to get this off. I like that feeling. So yes, after that, praying, starting to pray, and, literally just coming to peace with God, okay, can we be friends now,
Yeah.
All
right, I get it now. Thank you. All right, I'm
let's
here.
just be friends,
Right.
let's stop fighting anymore.
That's powerful.
Yeah, so once I believe you have to take the step.
Right.
For him to understand that, okay, now she's ready for it.
That is.
Once you just want one step, and he's going to run to you. That's what I believe.
I have to take a break because that was wow. Make peace with God. He is real. He is there. He wants you to take the step, and so that he can make a step for you. When we get back, now this is a happier place. Yeah. We'll talk about what next now once you found peace, once you found your happiness with FARAH.